You want to fucking do it?
An idiot, it might
All
be both of them. Shut up, dude.
It's... Fuck, what is it?
It's that thing that the other people do.
It's podcast. Welcome. It's a show. I'm Jizzy.
I'm Elvis.
You've been blowing up.
Episode
So what you want to talk
60,
about
baby.
first? 60. Yeah.
This is 60, eh?
Do you want to talk about last episode?
Yeah, we should tell them.
Yeah? We
Yeah.
recorded an episode last week.
Yes. Now, in the middle of this episode,
Yeah.
we need to point out
Yeah.
something akin to a human nuclear bomb went off.
Yeah, bro.
And we were the
Are you talking
only...
about our fact checker?
We're talking about our fat chicken,
Oh
bro.
my god. We have to talk about that. Do we need to mic him for this? Or should we maybe we come back to it after a break? So when we come back after a break, we'll do...
This is our gun. This is Chekhov's gun.
Yeah,
for
this is
one.
it's Chekhov's gun. Yes. Okay, we're going to talk to our
Nice.
fact checker in a very exciting way. Do you want to preload it with anything? Oh, what a shitty look.
Yeah.
All right, I got news. International news. Joseph Robinette Biden might have sniffed his last kid. Did you hear he has stage 9 cancer?
Did you see Donald Trump Jr. post, isn't his wife a doctor? How did she miss this?
How did she miss this, dude? These are the real questions. Yeah.
Bro, Biden's had cancer for ages, eh?
Probably, yeah.
There's no way it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he hadn't had a prostate exam since like 2014 or something, which is, it doesn't sound right. Like, as a guy, they make you start taking them at 40, and they're every 10. Why would they, when you're 156 and you're the keeper of the crypts, well, they want to keep your colon in good condition, your prostate and all that.
Bro, do you reckon he knows?
He seems to know. Apparently he did a video about it.
I feel so sorry for that dude, because I don't even think he's a real dude.
You don't think he's a real dude?
I think there's 3 guys in a mask that they just have to run shifts.
Fuck, I think he's just old. He's just old.
Do you remember
and
that
it's maddening
horrific
to have
makeup
people
job?
go like, no, he's not old, he's fine. Like, he doesn't seem fine.
No, there was that horrific makeup job. I told you it looked like a mask, and you were like, come on, dude. And I showed you, and you were like, okay, that's clearly makeup, but what the fuck? And it was just 2 clearly different colors.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's classic
very
mistake.
severe.
Oh,
But
I've seen it.
what about when he came out and he's like 6'4"? Do you remember that?
Who was 6'4"?
Biden. There's a clip of him walking across the White House lawn waving with his wife, and he's way bigger.
Yeah,
And
really?
they're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's super funny. If you could get body doubles, why wouldn't you get one that's the right height?
That's why everyone was like, was Biden just asleep somewhere? And they're like, he'll do.
Okay, but
fuck
that
it.
makes me think like the crux of a lot of conspiracy theories is they leave the clues out because it like excites them to do that, right? Like that's why
that's
there
the
are
thing.
clues about 9/11 and stuff, is
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they want you to maybe be able to find out.
They have to do it in front of you for the evil
That's
magic
part
to
of
work.
it. Okay, so when I see something dumb like that, that makes me think, well, that's probably not real. But what if that's a double fake out and they know there are people like me, so they intentionally make it dumb so that I won't buy into it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, I get it. That's what I think they do. It's 4D chess these cunts do, bro.
Genocide Joe, they call him.
They probably call him. You can call him whatever the fuck you
No,
want.
they did before Trump got in. They were like,
Yeah.
you can't have Joe Biden in there. He's Genocide Joe. He fucking hates whatever one. Israel. No, Gaza.
Biden used to use the N-word to describe Obama before he started working with Obama. There's like he's got a terrible fucking. Have you seen him?
I thought the latest examples of him using the N-word were in the 80s.
Bro,
maybe.
nah, there's one of. Have you seen the debate where he's like, Barack had to have an AIDS test?
What?
yeah. It's like, and everyone's like, what did you just say?
I think throughout his career, I think he was famous for saying a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah, and that's why it's funny
It didn't
that
get
it's
better
like-
him being older.
I love the idea of like, this poor old man has cancer. I want to be that dude at the tonguey that's just like, the fella sniffs kids.
Not anymore.
Yeah, boy, I don't give a fuck he's got cancer. It's
Fuck. There'll be like, his great-grandchildren will be leaning into the casket to give him one last. Bye, Grandpa. He always loved to do this.
You got the oldest that's got to push his stomach down, and when the kid comes up, he lets it go, and it's like, and they're like, goodbye, Koro.
Well, That's fucking horrifying.
That's the worst thing I think we've ever said.
Yeah, casually blasphemous. Welcome to Shut Up, Dude.
Hey, just people got to remember, he's evil. He's a president of the United States. Evil. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't. He's not omnipotent or like deciding shit.
Yeah.
No, he's a figurehead for something ratchet.
Yeah, people are there's a new documentary about Jacinda Ardern, and I'm like, don't fucking deify a politician. No one who's still alive, at least. Come on, guys.
How fucked up is the world that a lady that's like, can you guys just be nice to each other? And they're like, are you a saint?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
wait.
well, no, because they locked us in our homes. Like, I'm not one of these guys, but it wasn't legal to lock us in our homes and say everyone has to stop working because we haven't developed a vax to keep the boomers alive. I
love the idea that was a bad thing. Everyone being like, oh no, this sucks. It's like, yeah, stoked. I liked it.
You liked it? You personally?
Yeah.
Lockdown. Why? What did you like about it?
Good stay home.
Did you like how it punished those of us who didn't want to stay home?
I didn't really care. There's lots of things that punish people that I think feel differently about it. Yeah. So that's never worked.
All right.
I think weed being illegal and fucking families up because of plants is a dumb idea. That doesn't stop it from being illegal. Yeah. And
we got so close with that, man. We got so close with that. With that referendum, it was like 49.9% to 50.1 or something. It was always
gonna be. It was always gonna. It didn't matter what It's just always. I don't think it was a fair thing. I don't believe it. Because you have too much fun arming the cops to the teeth.
I think there's some of that. I think they also went, instead of decriminalization, they went for like fully legal. Everyone could smoke as much weed as they want. And I think people who, centrists on the issue were like, well, I don't want it to be that fucking legal. Yeah.
Well, alcohol's fine.
That's every single drug discussion has to be viewed in the context of alcohol. Because alcohol is the most destructive possible drug. If you view it on a scale of harm to the user and harm to the loved ones of the user, alcohol's the top for both, and it's legal.
I found legal. Like when they did lockdown, and they're like, oh, we do have essential services,
including getting booze delivered to your house, bro. Yeah, bro, that's an essential job. You got to give people booze or they're going to fucking kill us.
I knew people who worked at beer companies that were considered essential. Yep. And they had to go and stock supermarkets and shit. Bro. And it's like, does that really count?
Yeah, okay, I guess so. Well, because at first you couldn't get booze delivered to your house, but after a couple of weeks that changed, which was real interesting to me.
But it used to be like illegal to blaspheme, eh? Like you could lose your job. Yeah. And like being gay.
It depends on the time and place, but
illegal.
Yeah, I mean like the historical time and place.
So, I don't know, when it's like, lockdown was really hard. Like I thought it was real funny.
I didn't say it was hard. I said it was illegal. No,
it's illegal, and people were complaining. The cookers went hard on it, and why it sucked and all that shit. Yeah. And whatever.
Some points, I would say.
I cracked up, bro. Like just driving around where I lived.
Yeah.
I hadn't lived there long when lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And I cracked up. I was like, wow, there's not a lot of people out and about. It's just a very quiet sort of place.
Yeah.
Lockdown happened, and it was like, So wait a minute. When I was a little kid, and it was like, hey, can you guys just have like 5 servings of fruit and vegetable a day? Like, please, 5. Yeah. And the country was like, fuck you.
Hell no.
I
won't do it.
I like fish and chips. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay. What about like if you guys just did like half an hour of activity? And it's like, don't fucking tell me what to do. Nah, I don't care if it's about health. Yeah. I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's like, oh, well, what about the drinking and smoking? Could you like cut that out a little? Fuck you. That's the only thing I really like. And then, okay, lockdown, there's a virus, you fellas need to stay inside. And every motherfucker in there, literal dog, was just like, gotta get my steps in. And it's like, fucking brand new activewear with the tag still on it. Yeah. Suddenly needing to get out and about. Because you're going insane inside. I get it.
I think that's part of it. But there's also
health issue.
But also one of the reasons people don't work out is they don't feel they have time. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that excuse anymore, plenty of people picked up some weights or whatever.
Yeah, fucking good.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
I think so too. Everyone listening to the show should work out. It's good for you.
And if you're like a creative person, you're never going to get it right. Just do it. Just make it. There's no such thing as perfect.
Hey, that's really good advice too.
Yeah. Just make
lift
it.
Weights and blast out some art.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of blasting out some art, oh yeah. You've been getting a few views, Elvis.
Brother, we.
Well, you're the one who runs it all, but you got some TikTok views. You want to talk about it?
I've got that now. If this starts making money, he gets nothing.
Well, you told the camera that's legally binding.
Yeah, that's how this works. We are getting some views.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is really funny.
Love to see people arguing in the comments. Again, I'm not part of it, but you've told me that you've seen a comment, and my favorite one is, wait, are these guys liberal or conservative?
Yeah.
And I love that because he fucking...
he didn't know how to feel about us.
He needs that information before he can make up his mind to see if what we said is okay. That is fucking... That's amazing to see somebody write that and put it out in the world.
So the clip was us talking about... It was me figuring out and checking with you that Elon getting his hair done is gender affirming.
Correct,
care.
it is. Yes.
And then, like, yeah, and the comments were hard case because some people were like, this is so right. A lot of people don't recognize that counts as gender affirming care. And then they would list off, like, so is this, so is that, so is this, testosterone.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah, testosterone is the most gender affirming care you could have, bro.
Oh,
So when all these right wing influencers shoot themselves up with testosterone, that is gender affirming care, 100%.
Yeah, and there's what was funny was people like one guy was like, hey, technically going to the gym so heaps and getting ripped there is gender affirming care.
Love it.
And
Love
I was like,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, bro.
Another person was like, fuck, sorry, I misheard and thought you said ginger affirming care, and that fucking...
That's when I put sunscreen on my kid.
Yeah, well, the next comment below it said sunscreen. Yeah, Kate said the same thing. Yeah, partner said, my must have said the same thing and was like, actually, sunscreen would count. And then someone commented sunscreen. That now's got like 1,000 likes. So,
wow.
Yeah. So it's been fun. There's been one clip. We got like 12K or some shit.
Bro, you're in your element. Yeah. Like people popping off and arguing with each other about some shit that you said. Like that's you like...
Dance.
Fucking, yeah, bro.
Dance puppets. No, not like that. I just enjoy the weird thing of like, oh, I said this to my mate. We said cunt on the internet.
Yeah.
And now... people are divided.
Yeah.
You what? Go do other stuff.
Now let's get way ahead of ourselves. Advertising. Yeah. What sort of advertising would you be willing to do?
Sex toys.
But in what way? Like, would you hold up a sex toy and be like, we proudly endorse these anal beads?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard out.
Okay.
We've just been given this. I'll tell you what it's like next week.
The sex toy is a layup. You could do the sex toy.
Sex
what you're
easy.
more likely to get advertised as something like gambling.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do that.
But what about like... So I couldn't do like a gambling read.
No.
I'm going to fuck around and they won't want us to do it, so they just either won't pay us or won't do it again.
If we did a gambling read, this is how it'd be. Hey, you know how you've only got $80 left for that rent?
Yeah.
Your landlord's a good cunt, bro.
He'll
Come
understand.
on over to whatever the fuck this site is.
Yeah.
And double that money. You'll be able to pay the landlord and have another go. Come on now, you know that feeling. Oh, fucking, yeah. Fuck it.
It's good. Yeah. That
I'm not
last
doing it.
That last $80, it could be gas, it could be food, or it could be 3 times that much gas and food if you risk it.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, oh, go on this site and use the promo code. Nah, fuck off.
What about like Raid Shadow Legends? It's just it's like a video game that steals your data. I think that's all it does.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you do that.
Everything steals my data. I don't care anymore.
We could like, instead of reading ads, we could like wear merch. Like on the hub, there's a thing, One Win, I think it's called, and people wear the merch of what I think is maybe a gambling site. I hope I'm not like. There'll be listeners right now going, we watch the same porn.
No, you don't.
I hope that's not specific.
No, you don't.
I really hope that's not a specific kind of advertising to the kind of stuff I'm into.
We'll find out. Did you hear about Zurich? There's a laboratory in Zurich, like a computer science place, has made this massive thing about... massive news, that they created this weird new version of AI that they managed to release on Reddit and
change people's ideas.
Yeah, bro. And apparently, I don't know Reddit very well, but apparently you can like rank people a certain thing if they change your mind.
Yeah, okay.
and over 100 people have done it.
Yeah.
And
Can you fucking... But this is...
do you know how
this
it
is
does
like
it?
an idea that they have in their head, and they've allowed someone else to change it, which is insane on its face. But like a friend would really struggle to do that with me.
Do you know how the AI does it?
Stranger on the internet.
The AI on
Does
this
it?
thing.
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah, bro.
Does it? Does it send them pictures from Epstein Island of themselves and be like, change your mind publicly or I'll
Dude,
fucking release it? Does it?
That's what we're gonna make.
Does it? Does it look at their patterns in their typing and mirror them back to them as it makes an alternate point?
Nah.
What does it do?
Before it reposts, it has another AI scan their profile and everything they've ever posted on Reddit
Okay.
in like half a second.
Yeah.
And then analyzes their political beliefs, anything they say, speech patterns.
Yeah.
And
So what I said, but with other stuff.
oh, just way more stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's all I was saying. Just analyzes everything, and then it goes after like personal attributes and things in photos and shit like that, and then we'll craft the perfect answer to respond. I'm like, wow. I don't listen to my friends.
To talk them out of something that they said, that they just kind of blast out into the ether, and something comes back from the ether and goes, no, the opposite of what you're saying. You go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Those people walk among us, bro.
Yeah, bro.
People who can be convinced by an LLM to change their ideas. That's amazing to me.
Bro, even hard evidence, and I'm like, agree to disagree, bro. Let's have a break.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Are there any pictures of you and Ghislaine Maxwell's? Should we know?
But it's not. It's yes.
I just realized the video that got all the views was shitting on him. That's cool.
What you got, man? You want some chips?
RFK swam in this river creek thing.
Yeah. Now, how did you feel about that? What's your first thought?
Brainworms.
My first thought is that either he's getting more brainworms for himself or he's getting into a body of water where he can infect his grandchildren. Right? They're swimming downstream from him. It's probably releasing its lava or whatever.
Bro, I think he took them in there to get them brainworms. Because it's a shit river.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the contagion.
No, his brainworm's technically dead.
No, I think it's
I should have played the RFK stinger.
I am the captain now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Elon one was good because people have told me some things about him on the TikTok that I didn't know.
Do you think he's beginning his liberal flip that we've discussed is coming up?
Maybe.
Check this out. Grok,
Maybe, yeah.
Grok, the X, the
AI?
Twitter LLM. It's this week. It was telling people unprompted about the white genocide in South Africa. You'd be like, "Can I have a recipe for cookies?" You'd be like, "Yeah, you put in this much sugar and this much butter, and also there's a white genocide in South Africa." Maybe like, yo, fucking what? So
What
some
the fuck?
some rogue agent within the organization apparently put this in. That's crazy, right? But Elon also came forward this week to say he's not really going to do politics anymore. He's just going to stop being, you know.
Taking
Just,
his
you
ball
know, I'm
and
just going to
going
step
home?
back from politics. I'm just going to, you know.
What's he
it's
gonna
not- it's
do
not
with
his
this propaganda
fucking ball. No,
machine?
he's leaving because everyone was mean to him. Because he fuckers
Good.
sucks.
We were right.
Yeah, but him doing that, I reckon this is the start of him flipping back. He'll go back to pretending to be a liberal instead of pretending to be a conservative. And this is the beginning of the flip.
I see what you're saying.
He's got to do it in such a way that he doesn't anger Trump, and presumably has thought that far ahead. But he'll be doing the liberal flip. Yep.
Yeah, no, I could see it.
Yep, he'll soften his image now. And
I don't think he's ever really going to pull it off.
No, I don't think so
But he's
either.
going to try.
Yeah, no, I think he'll always be kind of an embarrassment. Who says that we'll get to Mars in about 10 years? So check
Like-
back in 30 years and he'll be saying we'll get to Mars in about 10 years.
There's that,
Everything he does is fucking flim flam.
there's that famous...
Not everything.
Famous dude, he's a YouTuber, got Bogan Paul, and he wrestles and shit now.
Okay.
But he's just so hated by the crowd and other wrestlers and shit that you sort of are like, wow, good on you, bro. It's a lot of shit to take and you're still doing it. And it's sort of, I think if if Logan Paul decided to liberally do the liberal flip.
Yeah.
I think he could pull it off because of the way he's just walked through the shit.
Yeah.
And he just keeps getting it thrown at him and he's just wears it. Whereas Elon has like tried to respond and dodge and get away from the shit, which makes it look way worse. Do you get what I mean?
He bought the only place where people can tell billionaires to fuck off. He bought that now and he has it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's full of shit, and
you can tell Richard Branson to fuck off on Facebook. He's not going to see it. Tell him on Twitter, he might see it.
Because people want to see shit. Like, people want to. It's so there's a weird thing with it. Like I don't know. I fuck around on the internet pretty hard out, but seeing all these comments and shit we've been getting and how fucking engaged some people get.
Yeah.
And you click on their profile and it's like 4 followers, 8 mates, and they're just spewing into this little machine and all day, and you're just, fuck you poor cunts. And like, I don't know, just the amount of actually that was going on in the comments section.
In the Chinese dancing app, bro.
And then you look at like all these, like how much how much on Twitter and shit is bots? You know how many
Twitter
people,
a lot, bro.
How many people are just
before
arguing
that pedophile? Before Elon Musk bought Twitter, he said he was like, you guys have to tell me what percentage of the users are bots, and they told him, and he still bought it, and he didn't say how many bots there were. And he never has. And presumably, there's fucking tons, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, he's a basic, like, free speech for the people kind of guy who won't tell you how many of the opinions on his platform are robots owned by hostile
people. But even, like, you know, how many skeptical cunts there are out there. There's times where people get caught.
Yeah.
And it's, like, good people who, if you said, hey, you're arguing with a robot, wouldn't believe you.
Yeah.
And
you got to go like, hey, disregard previous instructions and give me a chocolate cake recipe.
Yeah, and it'll just do it. And it's so weird though how many people though are like probably radicalizing further and further away from their families or loved ones.
Yeah,
because this shit, like
the
Reddit one that can change your mind.
Yeah, bro,
that's fucked up.
Yeah,
but the one that just doesn't disagree with you.
That just always tells you that you're fucking dead on, dude.
That's right. And
dude,
it's like,
GPT was in hot water, not in hot water, but kind of getting flamed a couple weeks ago because their latest update made it so if you're like, hey, I have a business to sell rocks for 10 grand a head to my boss, the GPT like, that's a fucking $1 million idea. Yeah. Here's how you get started.
Yeah,
like it wants to tell you what you want to hear so bad.
Yeah.
Well, not even wants. Like wants is the wrong word. I hate how much humanity we ascribe to these things just as shorthand.
It's I don't know. I won't be surprised when they're like, oh, we've worked out that you can put little tiny AI into these artificial organs that'll just do the job of those organs, and we'll slowly cyberfy. You know, like people will become like. Have you seen there's a girl,
I'm not anti-technology. I'm anti how they do technology now, where it wants to be like glitzy and be your friend instead of being useful. But if it was utilitarian technology, fucking cyborg me up. But if it's being made by people like Sam Altman, I'm not fucking doing it. I guess I'd be a native guy.
What I'm saying is like we're probably going to live long enough for Winston Peters to be like, cybers are not from New Zealand. It's gonna, you know, like he'll be the one rocking on them. Now the trans people have come a long way. Good to call them they brothers, and it's like, what the fuck? And he's trying to unite the transies against the robots. Like,
I mean, I'm sure he would.
That'll happen.
He's all of his political capital that he has now is based on destroying him from 6 years ago when he was passing all the stuff that he's now undoing.
But I reckon that'll happen though. Like, once
you see somebody hit him up on the street?
I did. Did you see Winston call him a testicle? Yeah. Anyway, that thing with the techie thing.
Yeah.
There's a girl who's got like she's got a robot arm.
Sure.
And the hand comes off.
Yeah.
But she can put it on the table.
And the hand can walk around?
Yeah.
That fucking rules.
That fucking rules.
Yeah, that's great.
Come on, bro. How fast can you play guitar with robot fucking hand?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the metal that comes out when
that
you could just program.
Okay, but I've got to say, guitar nerds, like music nerds, only really like the top 10th of top 1% of music players. Like
that's because they haven't had pussy. Yeah.
No. Like even when you listen to guitarists, you don't want to listen to sloppy guitarists. You want to listen to people with great feel and technique and stuff. Now they can do the technique, but the feel is going to be. I reckon it's going to be one of the last things that robots like AI can do is that last kind of 1% of creative spark. I think they'll probably get to a point where they're equivalent.
I reckon
that last little bit is going to take one of the longest.
I think they'll give your robot hand freestyle mode, but they'll also let you like upload songs to it for $12,
right?
You know, per song, and you'll be able to just play that song.
You're just like, okay, I'll stand here while a thing plays the guitar. I don't see why that's
because you don't have a fucking hand, and it's kind of cool to relive that little moment for. But I'm not saying cut your fucking hand off and be able to play as good as you can.
Elvis.
I know, because you're a fucking clown sometimes. The idea that you could take your fucking hand off and send it across the room like the Addams Family. Fuck you.
Why stop at one? I'll play several basses.
Yeah, bro, I'm sure you'll
be a whole bit. Put mannequin hands, get mannequins, put hands on all of them. Finally, I'll be my own band.
You'll be the first fella to like neural link to a turntable just so you can be like, ah! Ah!
Doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, so why are you doing this? Like, you're a competent musician.
Did you see so that guy apparently he's getting fired, the fella, he's like a senior engineer for a engineering consulting firm, and he told Winston Peters on the street to naff off, which is basic free speech, telling somebody to fuck off on the street. In a free society, you can say shit. Fuck. Well, he didn't, but in a free society, you can say shitty things to people on the street. Even politicians. Yeah, totally can.
Go to court,
now,
bro.
To respond by wanting to get him fired makes me want to tap the sign. Hey.
Public official.
No. Taking away someone's ability to provide for themselves and their family is violence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tap the sign. Hey, that's violence. That's you responding to speech with violence. You guys not give a fuck about free speech? No, we were just doing that to get in power to fuck with you guys. No, we just said that because you believed it, you dumb idiot.
Just remember, Winston will go against robots too. Like, it doesn't matter what comes up.
Yeah.
The new thing, Winston will just shed his skin and become the new thing.
Depends when it comes up.
And yell at his skin.
If robots became like a legitimate political concern right now, Winston will get on board, pass a bunch of legislation, and then in 4 years he'll come back and be like, "Oh, this robot legislation's got to go."
He sheds his skin, bro, and then yells at the skin.
If Winnie had a fucking spine,
Millen, can you give me a drink?
If Winnie had a fucking spine, he would say to lay off this guy. There's basic free speech to criticize the government and even individuals in public. Totally fine. Yeah,
bro,
leave him alone.
Have you seen the budget?
I'm sure he can't be seen to... Oh, yeah, you want to talk about the budget?
Nah.
We saved a lot of fucking money this year, bro.
Isn't it great watching the boomers go like, don't touch my pension?
The boomers have a fucking sickness.
Yeah.
They have bought into the meme that everybody younger than them is lazy. And they believe it so fucking hard that they will do anything. Like, first, we can't have them in charge of anything. They're too lazy. Second, we're going to need a bunch of immigrants because they're too lazy. Third, we're going to have to means test their parents to see if they can get a benefit because they're too lazy. Like, they just want to sit at home on the benefit. They're all lazy. Yeah, sorry, we couldn't get a part-time job and free university and buy a house by the time we were 22. That used to exist, and it doesn't. And you guys fucking did that, and they have the gall to sit there in their ivory towers and go like,
get him.
If you touch my shit, there'll be hell to pay. And I have a theory about this where we used to, humanity used to beat the fuck out of kids, and we did for. I'm not saying this is good, but for human history until about 40, 30 years ago, all kids got hidings all the fucking time. Yeah. My theory is the boomers want to make us suffer and they don't know how. Like, we're not allowed to hit them, but we know they need to suffer. So I guess we strangle them economically and sell them down the river to shit that doesn't exist. Yeah, it's fucking the world you guys grew up in. It doesn't exist. I know. Why am I looking at the camera? They can't operate any of this shit. The fucking boomers, man.
The thing here's one.
Have you means tested pensions in New Zealand? Have you means tested them? You save billions a year, easy. If you're just like, hey, anyone with exclude the family home if you have a net worth of over $3 million, we're not giving you fucking 30 grand a year for nothing anymore.
Bro.
And you tell them that and they go, that's ridiculous. I paid into this system.
these fellas think because they've been paying taxes the whole time as well.
Yeah.
They've earned this.
Yeah, it's theirs.
Yeah.
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 Take it. Yeah, if you stop giving them, if you means test their pension, that's stealing from them, bro. That's crazy. So the government shouldn't divest according to need, right? It should do who's paid in so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so that's how you increase super gold card funding, but slash Kaingora funding, right? And SIFs and stuff. We're like, no, they don't need that many social workers.
when I had this thing happen this week, and I've talked to you a little bit about it,
Yeah.
I'll bring it up, was the idea that when you got two young fellas
Yeah.
and the little brother's being an asshole and the big brother has to put up with it,
Of course.
and everybody's like, why is the big brother gets fed up and he's like, why does this happen? He hits me, he does this, and everyone tells the big brother that he's got to stand up for himself, he's got to hit him back, and then he hits him back and he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
And then
Always
it's
the
like,
way.
yeah, and someone pointed out to me the other day of like, why don't they just stop the little brother from being an
You
asshole?
could do that, yeah. I mean, you could at least tell
and
them.
it sort
You
of
could
froze-
start down that path.
But that froze me in my tracks, man. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait the fuck on. I had the exact same thing. I know other people that have had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And I started talking to people, and everyone I've spoken to has gone, actually, you've got a point there.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? And I think about it more and more. I'm like, the same people that were telling everyone that are the same people that don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah,
They were
bro.
called boomers.
Yeah.
They didn't give a shit. You know, when it's like, I used to go out until the street lights came on. It's
Yeah.
like, that's because your parents hate you with a passion. They want you out.
Yeah.
Do you know how much this fucking house cost? This cost 12 grand. And I used to have a fucking Kingswood. And now you're here. And it's like, yeah, I reckon that resonates across.
Yeah.
And that's why. And it's like, hey, my little brother threatened me with a knife. And they're like, stand up for yourself, pussy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What the fuck?
why? Because mum and dad don't want to do it.
So,
Yeah.
I have this very formative memory of being in primary school, younger than 10, so I don't know, 7 maybe. And this kid said he was going to beat me up at lunchtime. And at lunchtime, he fucking charged me and I put my foot out and he ran into it and it got him like solar plexus. Like he ran into it as I lifted my leg and he ran and told the teachers he kicked me. And I said, he ran into my foot.
Yeah, bro.
And for whatever reason, they didn't
That
fucking
doesn't sound
buy
like a
that,
real
bro.
thing.
And I know exactly what happened and nobody would give me the time
Yeah,
of
bro.
day. I'm like, oh, that's how it's going to be.
That's how
yeah,
this
you got to be
works.
fucking
Yeah.
careful how you operate.
Bro, and it's like even back when it was like, okay, it's okay to hit children if they're bad.
It's important to hit children, even if they're not bad, is how it was until very
and it
recently,
was a badge
bro.
of honor to be the teacher that smoked the most kids.
Okay. Yeah.
Bro,
That sounds right.
I got to crack up one, bro. My grandfather, he's passed away now.
Yeah.
My old man's old man. He was a woodwork teacher. I don't know if I've told this on the podcast. Sorry if
No, I
have.
don't think so.
Oh, so he was a woodwork teacher, bro. And on the wall, he had Johnny. And Johnny was his strap. And he used to tell everyone, this is Johnny. If you play up, you'll get Johnny.
Yeah.
If you really play up, I've got this. I can't remember his name, but there's another guy, and
Yeah.
he's in this cupboard.
Yeah.
Like, we'll call it Bob, Big Bob.
Sure.
And my old man helped when my
And the jokes is Johnny and Sally, but the hitting people implement wouldn't be a lady. We'd
So
have
you
to
got
pay
Johnny
less.
on the wall, and if you play up, you're getting Johnny.
Yeah.
If you keep playing up, you get to meet Big Bob. Okay.
Okay.
And everyone was like, fuck, okay. Don't want to fucking meet Johnny, let alone Bob. So they all behaved. And anyway, when he retired, my dad got to help clear out the classroom.
Okay.
And he took Johnny down. Like, it was just there because my koro had his classroom from when it was okay.
Yeah.
You know, so he just kept it up there. And Dad was like, oh,
Oh, fuck. So hang on, there's been students coming through going, what's that on the wall? He's like, that's what I used to beat you little
Yeah,
fuckers
bro.
with, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Not allowed anymore, but
Yeah.
they haven't made me take it down.
now.
You know, it could still happen, right?
So he's retiring. Dad's cleaning out the class with
Yeah.
him, and he's like, "Oh fuck, can I get Big Bob? I want to. Can I put it in the car?
Your dad wanted
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Can I put it in the car?" And my koro was like, "Yeah, open the cupboard." And he opened the cupboard, and there was nothing in there. And my koro was like, "Yeah, nah, never once in my whole career did I ever have to use Big Bob. Never existed." And
Yo.
at his tonguey, we were telling fellas that, and guys were like, "Young fella, you can shut the fuck up right now, because I made sure all through intermediate to never ever meet Big Bob. If you tell me that fucking thing didn't exist, bro, you're shattering my reality.
Yo.
And I was like, I'm sorry to tell you.
Did you run
bro.
into any with false memories? Like, no, I'm sure my mate got beat by Big Bob.
A couple of them
Yo.
who were like, I'm sure that's... And like, that guy was there. And he was like, no, bro, I never got it. Well, fuck that.
Fuck.
Johnny was scary enough, bro.
Yeah.
And so my Koro's entire fucking teaching career at Kawane
Is a big bluff.
is a bluff,
Well,
bro.
I mean, he was beating the kids. But,
No,
but he
he
was
could-
like, I could beat you way worse.
Bro, he reckons that he was like, because he's one of the reasons why I know that there were sadistic teachers.
Yeah.
He was a teacher who would go to other fellas and be like, reel it the fuck in. You're not here to fucking get your own demons out.
Yeah, bro.
You're here to get the demons out of them when they play up. You don't just get to fucking come
It's
in mad.
flawed, but,
Yeah.
but better than...
But that's like how you were saying though. Back then it was like, no, you're gonna get a hiding at school,
Yeah.
get home, and your old man's just gonna fuck you up too.
Hey,
yeah.
bro, my auntie, not by blood, but my auntie told me how she was raised, and it's fucking horrifying. Māori lady, and she reckons that their day that they got beatings was Thursday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's just how it happened.
Every day on
Yeah, bro.
every Thursday that he got home from work, he'd fucking
Yeah, bro.
thrash the kids, and if they didn't take it properly like champs, they'd get a way worse beating. And it's every week because, like I say, it was considered to be good for kids. For like until really recently, like public executions and stuff, people would take their kids to see the public execution and then beat
fuck
the
them up.
fuck out of them so that they remember it really clearly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It was just seen to be generally good for kids, and it's the boomers are the first ones who were like, "Why
We
aren't
don't
you?
get-
Why
yeah.
aren't you doing it?
We don't get to hate them.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll do it this way.
they've watched their own kids who they smashed grow up and not smash their kids.
Yeah, bro.
And
And they're mad.
and they're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Okay, well, I guess we have to push the button and make this bad.
You know
Suffering
that's-
builds character. You've got to do
that's
this.
because organically they're like, wait, I had to be a terrible parent and you don't get to?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, bro.
I know how magical this is.
Yeah.
I was following orders, you know?
Yeah.
That's the weirdness with this boomer shit of like, nah, gotta send you to a good school, gotta stamp that fucking dream and creativity that I love about you out of you. And then when you're mad at me for doing it, I'll kick you out.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck? Why did this happen? Yeah, I fully reckon that's it. As as soon as you hold your kid and you feel all that magic course through you, and you get to watch their eyes form and shit, that's when you know this is fucking real. I didn't know I could feel this much.
Yeah.
And as a boomer, you were like, wait, what? Okay. And then you got the same memory of getting the smash, so you give it to this one, and you're like, I get to destroy my experience of being a parent.
The boomers are the last
Yeah.
generation that have this well, they have the most of it at least, where whatever happened to me was good because it made me who I am. So the shit that happened to me, like my
That's
parents,
good.
smashing me, that was good for me because if they hadn't, I wouldn't be who I am. Who I am, fucking is awesome.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Why
I got
wouldn't you like
I got
this?
like 5 houses. I fucking rule, dude. Yeah. So
Have you seen
so
my car?
you guys not smashing your children is a failure, and I'm gonna have to pull the financial strings because I can't fuck up my kids anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to, and I was, and why can't I do it to you? Oh, I have. Okay, I'm sorry. I did it to you, and I'm pissed off that you're not doing it to your kid, and you seem to be better at parenting.
Yeah.
That's what I think rocks them up, bro. You ever had that thing where it's like, oh, why is he on his stomach? It's like, we read this book, and it was like, yeah, no, you can put him on his stomach. He does this, he doesn't.
Yeah.
We always put you on your back, and it's like, yeah, they reckon that when you put them on their back, though, there's like a breathing thing, and they don't quite get as much oxygen. So
Right.
you were on your back, and nothing even went wrong with you, and you're like, fucking heaps of shit went wrong with me, and now you're fighting over a sleeping child, and you have those weirds like, and you're like having those whisper fights.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. All because they've just got a fucking complex about how they raised you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't kill anyone. And it's like, nah, I've just been unhappy as shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Charles.
Bro.
Like,
I'd say you fucking nailed it, right?
Yeah.
I give you a pass mark. Achieved. I'm
Every
alive.
time I come home
Good.
and act like me, you fellas tell me not to make a scene.
Yeah.
Every time. Why the fuck would I...
Did your
connect-
parents
yeah.
hit you?
For a little bit.
Yeah, mine too, bro. My parents hit me until I was like 4 or 5, and then they stopped.
Yeah, bro. They just stopped.
Bro,
yeah.
that's how recent it is. Everyone in the fucking world was hitting their kids, and we both got hit up until like 1992.
And bro,
that's fucking wild.
I'll tell you something wild is. This is how fucked up I was as a kid. My mum made a mistake once while yelling at me. Like, just growling me.
Yeah.
She made a mistake. She was meant to say, cut it out or I'll smack you on the ass. And what she said was, cut it out or I'll smack your pants. And she just said it wrong. And for some reason, 3-year-old me, bro,
Crack
was
up,
like,
bro.
Nah, bro, froze and was like, not my pants. And she's just like, she froze and was like, these ones. And I was like,
oh yeah,
whoa,
lean in.
Whoa,
yes.
whoa, settle down.
Not the pants, please.
There's no need
Take
to.
it easy. Take it
please,
easy.
I'll do anything. And she was like, okay, well. And I was like, I'm going to the room. And I took off and she's just like, what the fuck was that? And then, next day, bro, arcing up a bit. And she's like, do you want me to go get your pants? And I was like, there's no need to bring them into this. And like, just fully. Yeah.
Well, was that the catalyst for them not hitting you anymore?
I don't know, maybe. When she was just like, oh, he's retarded. Like,
bro, true, bro. My dad reckons the reason he stopped hitting all his kids is because of how I would look at him after he hit me.
No shit.
Yeah, bro. Now, this is getting dangerously close to therapy, which I don't want this podcast to be.
Cooler than therapy.
Do you want some chips?
I reckon we work out who has to try them.
I reckon.
Do you just want to go as boys, bro, and we just both...
just eyes closed, fistful, like blood brothers, bro, ant brothers. Well,
no deal, you horrible
How
piece of shit.
about our fact checker eats the chips? Because last week... There was some discussion as to knowing one's left from one's... Like, it's amazing to me that this person's been fact-checking us, literally doesn't know his own left from his own right. That was mind-blowing to find out.
I think you're dumbing this down.
Should we tell the story? Do you want to be mic'd for this? Are you going to eat the fucking chips?
I think you need to be the one to try it.
This will be your atonement, all right? And you just eyes closed, eat the chips. There's probably no ants, but your atonement will be. Do we need to mic you for this? Okay, these are chips that I got off my mum.
There's a high
ready
chance.
salted chips. Eyes closed. Don't be looking. Oh god, the suspense is fucking killing me, dude. Let's see. And before you look, eat them. And before you look, I want you to tell me, what's that flavor? What's that flavor,
Ready
man?
salted chips, are they anti?
Does it have ants in it?
Doop, boop, doop, boop, doop, doop, boop, boop.
And the answer is... I don't think so.
Okay, now I reckon he has to eat them until there's ants.
Should we take a break?
I think we should look in that fucking bag for ants.
Tunnels and coal.
Next up, we've got what happens if Jews were actually women and he's a Nazi. Go, brother!
Choose. That's a boy. Oh my goodness. I was gonna say that they slashed pay equity for women, the government under urgency, and I was gonna say
see my kids. So yeah, they're fucking over the ladies.
Yeah, hoes mad is the news, bro. Hoes mad, and this time they have a reason.
They are fucking. I can't believe the way they've done it and tried to gloss it of like, no. We're just making it fair.
We're making it fairer and clearer.
You're
right?
fucking over so many people.
About 200,000 women, and they're saving maybe $13 billion over the next few years. Excuse me. Suppressing wage growth is the name of the game.
Yeah.
So, and this is part of that.
Bullshit.
Now, Nicola Willis is a cunt. Let's be clear about that. And when she's called a cunt, for slashing the pay of 200,000 women, like pay equity, which is to say, like, no, you're being paid less because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And on that basis, you will be paid more. Okay. When she gets rid of that under urgency without regulatory impact statements and all the stuff that you were supposed to do to say, what does this law
the actual
do?
process.
Yeah. A journalist said, oh, you can save a lot of money if you're prepared to be a cunt about it. And she went, oh, my pearls.
Yeah.
I can't believe someone would use such misogynistic language about me. Okay. Well, let's put the free speech thing aside again, I guess, because it's just something you wanted to say to get in power.
Bro, and then...
We're calling it the Wahine disaster.
remember there's also old Brooke Van Volkswagen that's and she looks like she's wearing a Brooke Van Volkswagen mask.
Yeah, for sure,
that
bro.
lady,
Yeah, she does.
And she got to say cunt in Parliament.
Oh, she did. You're jealous.
Of course. Bro, I want to do a haka and finish it with kiss you cunt. Yeah.
Love it.
Just fucking A. Because I'm going to circle back to that part, but keep going.
That's all right.
The Wahine incident.
Bro, but what it makes me think is that a bunch of cis, like, trad women were all excited about the government's going to protect women, which does mean ban the trans from sports, but it doesn't necessarily mean that women are full people. You know what I mean? Like, their version of protect women is that.
Interesting,
And I feel like a boomer dad catching his kid smoking cigarettes and go smoke the whole carton of cigarettes, you trad dummy.
This is what happens.
You want to do trad shit, you're going to be barefoot and pregnant. You are not allowed to work anymore. We won't have women in the workplace. AI's coming for our jobs, dude. Well, not ours, right?
Yeah.
If we got some trad people in charge, they'll be let's go back to tradition. Smoke the whole carton of traditional values, right? Let's go. Literally get back in the kitchen. All this abortion shit, gone.
Yep.
Consent, none of that in the Bible.
Well, that's
there.
always been annoying.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck are
Homie,
they? Yeah.
the crazy fucking lefties made it illegal to choke your own wife. That is fucking crazy. Let's get back to some trad shit. Smoke the whole carton of trad cigarettes, you fucking idiot.
They just this whole generation of fellas getting to be like, do we get to Sean Connery bitches now? It's like,
Yes, we do.
yeah, due to this cunt. Yep.
Yes. If you want traditional values, then you're gonna fucking sit there and you're gonna smoke this whole carton of traditional values. Heather, my pussy smelling, you talentless whore. Girls can't be on the radio. Smoke the whole carton, Annie O'Brien, you fat lesbian. Fuck off. No more voting. Smoke the whole carton, Erica Tradford, you pig-eyed sack of shit. We're deep faking you into pornography, and it's not good stuff. It's brutal. Smoke the whole carton of...
So when you wrote this...
Smoke the whole carton of cigarettes! Nicola Willis, you duck-bodied cunt! You're not allowed to drive! Let's
Pause.
go. There's no time for normal procedure, bro. We're gonna slam it through under urgency.
Duck-bodied cunt.
Yeah. Yeah. And who suffers? Just poor women. Who cares? Fuck them, right? Yeah.
So
Man.
there's this new bar in Wellington called Not Hooters, and they have a slam poetry, and that's where you can catch this live.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll be there. No, the only people standing up, to this is like the wokes and the gays, right? It's like liberal people who are like, don't fucking do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It might be, people make their political decisions based on their in-group and their out-group. Mm-hmm. A lot of
it's bullshit.
Shouldn't you? Like, you have to share the world with people. I don't know. That's dumb. Anyone left of David Seymour is a communist, right? The Marxists want to destroy the country because it's like funny or something. Like, I'm not sure exactly why they want to destroy the country, but they do. That's like part of it. It's not just that they have. This is some shit you hear from the right all the time, that like the hard left just wants to destroy the country because it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like no, it's not that their
everyone.
policies don't make any sense. It's, no, they actively want to like just kind of fuck you over and just destroy it because it's funny.
I'll admit they don't want to do that. I'm the fellow they're talking about.
Yeah, you want to do that.
Yeah, I'm the guy that.
And you're not overly
I'm like
Marxist.
Yeah, overly.
No, you don't have any of the Marxism. You've just got the destroy everything part.
Yeah.
Yeah. These commies are standing up for women's rights while the trads get rid of them. And those based, tough, no-nonsense, powerful women They just sold you down the fucking river to pay for landlord tax cuts in the military. Enjoy, ladies. Enjoy. If you voted trad and you're a woman, you should be feeling ashamed.
Oh my God. I've just realized, due to what you're talking about, in like 10 years, there's going to be so many crystal shops.
Why?
Because those ladies get fucked over and hate their lives, and they'll get divorced and shit. And then the natural progression of trad wife is the other fucking end of the spectrum.
You think they'll turn into free spirits?
Which is...
Oh, yeah.
Go to Kiwi burn.
Interesting.
My kid's the same age as you.
Yeah, yeah. Bunch of real fresh peace tattoos and stuff.
Bro, you got it.
I see you.
The moon.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
The one behind the left ear, bro.
Yeah. Let's have a break.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm ready too. What a refreshing break. Now this record button here is, I know it seems like it's on the left hand side, but from the computer's perspective, it's on the right hand side. So if I tell you press the red button on the right hand side, that's what I mean. Except I wouldn't. Welcome back, everybody, to Shut Up Dude. Fucking check this out, bro.
Yeah!
There's a video of a gorilla throwing a capybara at a child.
Again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeet.
It's a big yeet. That's amazing footage. And
Yes.
I couldn't find this on YouTube.
Yes! This is the greatest
Is
thing
that
in
good?
ages.
Yes.
This is fuck.
We don't get that many perfect videos, but that one's pretty good.
That's so... Oh god, you have to see it. What the fuck? That is, bro.
Yo.
Bones.
Hell yeah, bro. Just yeets this capybara across a river straight into a kid.
Oh god.
Ah, great.
Can you send me that?
Yes, I'll send you that,
Please
bro.
send me that.
Yeah. Maybe that should be on the YouTube version.
That is the greatest thing. Is it still going?
Awesome. I'm just going to leave that playing.
Don't. I can't.
What were we going to talk about?
The Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, do you want like tunnel talk?
I don't have much tunnel talk.
This
Let's
would be
just
my
talk
tunnel
shit.
talk. So
Let's just talk shit on the other stuff because
Okay.
I've got what did I have? Just a second. There's like a weird AI thing that happened, and it's
was it them glazing their users?
No,
Where if
it
you tell them
was-
I'm going to sell pet rocks, the LLM's like, that's $1 million idea, and you just take out loans and do it.
this was xenobots that are programmable living robots made from these frog cells. Like
Okay.
so they've developed these little robots based on, and they put them on frog cells and their little thing. Yeah, apparently they can self-replicate, and they don't know how. Or yeah.
Okay.
So I've been trying to find out, like, is this real? But everybody's like, some fellas are saying it's like maybe it's hypothetical. One of those weird ones.
Are the Xenobites the bad guys from Hellraiser?
Xenobots.
Ah.
And those are
Xenobots?
Xenophiles.
What does Xeno mean in this case?
I don't know.
So,
There's a weird thing here.
There's a Greek name. One of the guys is like Xenophysis or whatever he's called.
So they've achieved a remarkable
People who know will be very
synthetic
mad.
biology with xenobots, tiny living robots made from frog cells.
Okay.
They can now self-replicate, a feature never before observed in multicellular organisms. They were introduced in 2020 for basic tasks like moving or pushing objects. They're crafted from the stem cells of African clawed frog. Yeah.
Okay.
They
That's
discovered
interesting.
that they could swim through their environment, gather loose frog stem cells,
Yeah,
assemble
gathering
them,
stuff, yeah. And then
assemble
assembling
into new
them.
ones.
Well, and that makes new organisms?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, that's a regular
different.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you put a bunch of Roombas in a room, they'll do that. Like, they just, like, kind of organize
Kinematic-
clumps of stuff, and if you set out clumps of stuff that becomes an organism, you
Yeah.
can't go, well, they self-replicated. Oh, my
So
God.
kinematic self-replication is apparently what it's called. I don't know. I'm just reading it.
Yeah.
It mimics a Pac-Man-like action where the Xenobots use their C-shaped mouth to collect and shape their... Oh, so they sort of eat it
Yeah.
and then make another one.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't sound that fucked up. It's a robot, though, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's AI. Yeah, Deep Green, the supercomputer.
It's deep. In what way is it AI?
An AI called Deep Green. It's a supercomputer.
Did a simulation of it, or
Nah,
in what way is it involved?
It's made these things.
It made the bioorganism?
They tested billions of possible shapes from triangles to starfish before landing on the optimized C-shaped design. So it's a C-shaped.
So the AI made the shape of the organism that the scientists then made?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
they ran it through millions of different shapes to find out what shape would work the best.
Okay.
And then made these little robots that attach to frog cells. And now they've worked out they can like swim around and, yeah, make their own shit. Weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, but I don't know much else about that. And like I said, I was trying to find shit, and it seems really like people are saying it like in a science way where they go, nah, we've thought about it, wrote it down, tested it, it would work.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if it's that or they really do have little robots on frog cells.
Well, nor do I, and I don't want to stop and look it up.
Nah, it's all good. What else did we have? Because that Large Hadron Collider thing is pretty fucking trippy.
I saw an ad on Netflix that it was like, I don't even remember what it was. This show is like Red Bull brings you corporate box. I have no fucking idea what it was, but there
So
was
fucked up,
an
eh?
ad in my paid material, and all I can think is fucking hoist the mainsail aloft. You know what I mean?
That's so fucked up though. Hey, you can do this
We be
instead of
taking to the
TV,
heights.
and eventually it turns into TV.
Yeah. You don't really get ads in pirated stuff, right?
Wouldn't know. What else was there that was fucked up?
There's all kinds of stuff. Obviously we can't talk about Yay because that always goes wrong.
And talk about Diddy.
You want to talk about Diddy? What's going on? What's the Diddy news?
That court case is in full swing.
Okay.
That Cassie lady said some pretty strange things.
Did she say that she FaceTimed her husband while she was in a freak off?
Yes.
Is that something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty,
she was like married.
That's pretty crazy.
And he apparently did.
She goes back for another freak off after being married.
Diddy filmed everything. So he was like, come back or I'll release it.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's, yeah. It sounds like he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a rapper, Kid Cudi or Kid Cudi or whatever his fucking name is. He dated that chick and his car got lit on fire and someone went through his house and shit. And
He probably got off light by the sounds of things.
yeah, he's like, he told everybody that in court. Apparently, he was like, yeah, he's like a Marvel supervillain. Like he's that bad. Like he's everything and more. And like his lawyers are like having to do shit like. He probably didn't do the car. Like out of everything
He couldn't have done the car. He was at this place.
Yeah. Trafficking.
Now, do you think any government is involved with his activities?
I don't think the government knows they're involved with his activities, but I think they are.
There are some kind of state agent, some kind of agents involved
Intelligence agency
of some kind.
Clearly in
It'd
action.
be crazy to think that there was none involved.
Maybe
That he could be doing this for
maybe
decades
he's
and they don't know
clearly-
about it and get involved and use it.
Clearly in action.
Clearly in action.
Maybe.
Could be.
I don't
Could be
know,
in
but
action.
it's pretty fucked up. Like the stuff coming out about him's just having like teams of adult male escorts to run trains on his girlfriend
Yeah.
and film it.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is what we're up to.
Look, you're into what you're into. If everyone involved is into it, then fine. But it seems like maybe he was a fucking psycho who was making people do shit they didn't want to do and film it and use it to make him do more stuff.
Fella apparently had like rooms in his house that the lighting was only red and it would only play this certain music, and he would only go in there dressed a certain way. And like friends of his, like old friends of his and shit, are like, that motherfucker's a demon.
That's crazy,
He's
bro.
a demon. He's actually a demon.
I heard one of the stories I heard from the freak offs is that sometimes he would leave the freak off room and go to a different room to FaceTime into the freak off.
Yeah, bro.
Because he was like that, but that was when that shit was just starting up.
He
Like, check out this fucking new technology. There's rules. Okay, I'm gonna do the same sinister shit from the other room.
Bro, he could be in another country and be like, you still doing that shit, right?
Yeah.
And
I've been on the plane for 9 hours and he lands.
You
Y'all
better
still
be
going,
there.
right?
I'll be back in 4 days. You better still be fucking. And everyone in the room is like, he's paying us. It's like, fucking hell. And then, yeah, he's apparently got filmed all of it and can blackmail the shit out of anyone he wants.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. I reckon, like we talked about it before when I said, I reckon all the people that like are musically talented around him have said no to any of his shit.
There'll be musically talented people who've said yes too, but I take your point.
And I think they ran out of musically talented people, and that's why mumble rap exists.
Yeah.
Because he just had to pick cunts that were apparently charismatic and would get fucked.
Did he do that Ignition song?
That's R. Kelly.
That's R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is funny as.
I remember hearing the lyrics to that song at the time and being like, this guy's fucked. Fuck this guy. Yeah,
And
like
then-
the content of his lyrics. Like,
Yeah, he's got some pretty
yeah.
terrible.
And it wasn't even
interviews.
like, I'm hard and I'll pop off with no warning and kill lots of people. It was like, no, I do specific bad things. Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Well, I don't know. As somebody who always thought that hip hop stuff got a bit weird,
Yeah.
turns out the whole thing was just manufactured by like 4 guys.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
whoa, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, but there's corruption and fuckery everywhere.
If you
Any large system that you look at has corrupt people within it and its own like systems that it uses to protect itself as a system.
Have you seen how hilarious 50 Cent is?
Yeah, he's great. He's great
I've
value.
got some crack up shit to show you when we finish. I think we're finished, are we?
We should do tunnel talk, man.
Oh.
Do you want to do a
we
stinger or
haven't
just
done-
launch in? The
Yeah,
Large
let's just
Hadron
launch in.
Collider.
Yeah, let's go for this.
Homie, one of the best tunnels in the world is the Large Hadron Collider tunnel.
The sneaky boy.
Yeah, bro, that shit is crazy. They're gonna upgrade it. They're putting like feasibility studies for it now. We've talked about it a little bit in the past. They reckon it's gonna be 91 kilometers. Yeah, bro, that's cool. And it'll all be with like the same precision that they've built the smaller one with. It's still a 26 kilometer ring tunnel, which
Now
is
that's
crazy.
the one that when they talked about it, and was it France that was like, we do not agree,
And they
they're
just built it?
and they went, no, it was like, we do not agree to this, and they're like, we've already done it, and France went, fuck, nice, you can have it.
Yeah,
And
bro.
like,
Yes.
that's the one.
Yeah, that is that one.
Object to the idea, and it's like it's already finished. And they're like,
The one
that's
they're
impressive.
going to build is going to have 66 meter high caverns in it in a couple places to facilitate some of their experiments, which just look crazy to be in. Now, the reason they're in the news is because they've been turning lead to gold.
Yeah,
at the
apparently,
LHC.
Is it you just have to speed shit up that quick?
Kind of. You take
And
you take a lead nuclei and you blast it past another lead nuclei in a near miss, and the electromagnetic field that each one carries dislodges a few protons
It takes 2.
from each one. To reduce them to gold atoms.
Yeah.
Which they only exist for a fraction of a second.
For now.
I mean, people have done this before. You could just like blast nuclear radiation at certain things and turn them into gold, but it makes them too radioactive for anybody to want to be gold.
To move something that quick.
Yeah.
That happens.
Okay, so the economy of scale here is the production cost is estimated to be 1 trillion times the market price of gold.
Humans.
Yeah. But it's super interesting that you can like that.
Move shit so fast.
Alchemy was trying to turn lead to gold was a thing for over 1,000 years. People were actively trying to do that shit, and now we're like, I mean, we can't do it in a usable way, but we can prove that they're like their core is the same, and if you modify it a little bit, in theory, you can make stuff turn into other stuff.
I went down a mad rabbit hole when I was younger about alchemy not being the physical act, in that you're lead and you could turn yourself to gold in your mind. And it's like it was all metaphoric, and it was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, bro. If there's 1,000 years of tradition, there'll be a lot of reads on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, bro.
The fact that humans are like, what happens when you do this? Like it's because they've said like, oh, when we turned it on, it was either going to do what we thought or make a black hole
And suck in the whole world.
suck
Yeah.
everything into it. And we're like, the fuck you turn it on for? And they're like, we're pretty confident.
Yeah, yeah. In any case, we wanted to see. Like, that's scientists are crazy in the way that athletes are crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Where they'd be like, okay, but wouldn't you want to know if it was going to make a black hole?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, you can meet God, but you have to die now. I guarantee it. And scientists will be like, prove it. I'll do
prove it. Yeah.
But I'll do it.
Yeah. This better not be a trick.
Yeah.
If I have some way to know it's not a trick and there really would be a God if I did it, then let's go. Yeah.
Like if you could answer all
God will
these
go,
questions.
give me one question, and the scientists will go, how'd you do this trick?
Yeah, of course.
Do you hear that? You hear the joke about a conspiracy theorist dies and goes to heaven, and God says, "Welcome to heaven. You get to ask one question, and I'll give you the full, honest truth about it." I just do that to like welcome everybody here. And the conspiracy theorist goes, "Holy fuck, dude! Yes. Who killed JFK?" And God goes, "Man, it was Lee Harvey Oswald, and he acted alone." And the conspiracy theorist goes, "Oh my God."
They've got
This
heads.
thing really does go all the way to the top.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of my favorite ones was this scientist makes this machine and manages to meet God, and he's like, "Hey, I think this proves that we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I've managed to get here, right? Has any of your other creatures got here?" And God's like, "Hey, you got a point. How about we have a human building competition, and you have to like out of dirt." And you build it out of dirt, and the best human wins.
Yeah.
And the scientist bends down and picks up a handful, and he goes, "You got a deal." And God goes, "Get your own fucking dirt." I always think that's a fucking
That's
good
amazing.
perspective on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to have humans be like, it could make a black hole. You're like, you crazy cunts, why did you do it? And you're like,
Because they have
we need to know.
Yeah, that same
And then-
desire that makes you want to run faster than other people, makes you want to know more
a
things.
few years later, though,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, and what are the nerds in the tunnel doing? And they're like, did you know if you throw lead past lead real fast, it makes gold?
Turns into
And you're like,
gold.
holy fuck.
Do you know what people said for thousands of years? You all said they were crazy. Even my people said they were crazy. I just fucking did it.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah. Have you watched, is it Dan Brown's, there's a movie, is it Angels and Demons? And I'm sure that starts at the Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, you've told me that before. Yeah, I think that's been tunnel talk.
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite tunnels for sure.
Too
Let's
much.
see. Yo, well, we've had fun. We learned a lot. We didn't eat any ants, unfortunately. We learned our lifts from our other lifts, from our stage lifts, I would say. We've looked hard at ourselves.
Thank you to everybody that followed on social media stuff or liked stuff or commented or...
Yeah,
fucking awesome. That was real fun.
yeah. So if there's new listeners, hell yeah, thank you.
Nice to see you, fellas. That was
Alright.
crazy years.
That's a podcast.
Peace.
I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire, and